What's the best way for you to get more patients during this Mother's Day season? Well, in this video, I'm going to guide you through exactly that. I'm going to give you a unique Mother's Day campaign that gets you new bookings in as little as 30 minutes without breaking the bank on advertising. So please watch this video until the end. You're going to love this. I'm going to give you the word for word Mother's Day campaign that you can plug into your marketing that'll make all the mothers out there super happy, and it's going to fill your practice absolutely free. But you've got to watch the video to the end to figure out how to use it, and then I'll give it to you. This is the very same campaign that one of our clients, Nina, she used on Mother's Day last year, and she managed to book in 114 patients, bringing in an extra 25K as a result. Now, I'm a super big fan of Mother's Day. It's a time of year that celebrates the important women in every single person's life. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So they're kind of important. So we should take out the time to truly appreciate mothers all around the world, what they've done for us, what they do for us. So one interesting thing I found about Mother's Day, it's one of the top 3 holidays for consumer spending. Isn't that crazy? Now, I'll talk about what that means for you in just a minute. And you might have already been thinking about launching some sort of promotion just for Mother's Day. So clever you. I'm going to tell you it's a great idea and you should definitely do that. But before you do, there's just a couple of things, a few things that you've got to consider. So the first thing is you might be worrying about, is your new campaign going to be successful? You're concerned if it's actually going to go to plan. You already know that launching any campaign is risky, and Mother's Day is certainly no exception. So you'll want to be mindful that things might not go according to plan, especially if you're trying something new. The second problem I see with Mother's Day is this: the time it takes to actually test and make your campaign better. When you launch a new campaign, it might do well right away, or it might totally tank. It's super risky. But even if it doesn't fly on the first go, you can always tweak it as you go, test different things to make it work inside the same campaign period. The thing is, it takes time to do that. And by the time you finally land on a winner, Mother's Day is gone. Coming around to Christmas now, in a new campaign. It can all cost a lot of time and money to test these new campaigns, which leads to the third problem. Launching new campaigns, testing them, optimizing them not only takes time, takes a lot of cash, takes a lot of mental load. Listen, if you have the ad budget for a long-term campaign, then it's going to serve you well. You can certainly bring in a ton, like literally dozens of new patients every single week, and you can grow really quickly. But this is different. For Mother's Day, you're going to want something that works fast. Like now fast. Doesn't cost a lot, in fact, anything. So if that sounds like you, here's the good news. Pay attention. Like I said, hang around, I'll give you the campaign. Mother's Day, it's a huge gift-giving event. Like I mentioned, it's in the top 3 in terms of consumer spending. People are already in a spending mood. So that's a great opportunity for you. Since people are already in this buying mode, they're more likely to break out their wallet for a great offer or a good deal, no matter what it actually happens to be. And because of this, Mother's Day is a perfect opportunity for you to get a really quick infusion of new, delighted bookings coming through. People are so much more receptive to a promotion at this time of year. They're more likely to open their emails, respond to a text message, or click on an ad that's related to Mother's Day because they're pre-programmed to respond. It only comes around once a year, so you should grab that chance when it's available. And there's one more opportunity about Mother's Day I want to take this opportunity to talk about. It's going to make it really easy for you to bring in even more revenue. If you use a proven Mother's Day campaign, one that's already worked, there's no trial and error that we talked about before, which means no big ad spend, no testing and tweaking, no guesswork, no stress. We just cut down and get to the results. So now let's talk about how you can accomplish all of that. Listen, when you launch a Mother's Day campaign, when you launch this promotion and you bring in a fast infusion of profits without a large ad budget, the best thing you can do is to run what we call a 5-minute Mother's Day campaign. Now, this is a campaign that you run to your existing patient database. The reason this works so well is that someone on your database, listen, they've seen you in the past. They're 600% more likely to make a booking with you than someone that you haven't actually acquired as a lead yet, right? And why is that? Well, past patients already know you, like you, and trust you, assuming you've done a good job, that is. Now, this means faster and easier new appointment bookings for your practice. And the best part, rebooking past patients, it costs over 5 times less than acquiring new ones. Isn't that crazy? So listen, here's 3 steps that you can take to launch a 5-minute Mother's Day campaign. Step 1, choose your segment. First, you got to pick the group of patients that you want to reach out to. Not all patients are the same, so it's important to think about who you want to actually target. For the Mother's Day campaign, we suggest focusing on patients you haven't seen in, say, the last 3 to 12 month period. These are people that have been to your practice before, but they haven't come back in a while. Now, in terms of volume, I start with, say, 500 contacts. That's a good number because it's big enough to get some responses, but not so big that it's like, whoa, overwhelming, cannot cope. By choosing this segment, you're reaching out to people who already know your practice, which already immediately makes them more likely to be able to come back because they already know you, like, you, trust you. Step 2 is this: create your message. Next, you're going to write a message that's going to grab the attention of your audience. For Mother's Day, your message should talk about this special event and then make an offer that's really hard to resist. Make it risk reversed. You want to make it so appealing, so exciting that patients will want to reply with a yes to your campaign. Starting a conversation is key here. You're not just telling patients about an offer, you're inviting them to talk to you. We call this a chat strategy. This makes your message much more personal and friendly. It's about human connection. Step 3, send the message and make the booking finally. You need to send out your message and be ready to make bookings. Our clients usually get 5 to 10 responses within 30 minutes of sending this out. So you've got to be ready for the replies that come in, but please don't stop there. Getting excited here. It's important to have this chat sequence I mentioned in place. This means having a plan for how to keep that conversation going and turn those responses into actual bookings in a step-by-step way that anyone in your team can operate. So in this situation, you wouldn't want to just wing it, like absolutely no way. You've got to have a process in place, a scripted position, like a templated, and that way you use it every single time. That way you get consistent results no matter who in your team is actually going through and looking at these bullet points. These 3 parts of the plan work really well together to make sure your practice gets more patients for Mother's Day. By choosing the right segment, by creating the right message, by having a plan for follow-up with that chat strategy that anyone can follow, you can fill your appointment books literally in an instant and be more profitable than any other time of year. It's a simple system that you can put in place yourself this Mother's Day. But listen, if you want to take out all the guesswork, like I suggest that you should, you want a plug and play campaign that's already been proven to work, I've got a Mother's Day gift just for you. Since you've watched this so far, and I appreciate that, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. You can download my 5-minute Mother's Day campaign guide absolutely for free. It's a step-by-step guide complete with the exact word-for-word message that you can send out to your database. You can send it out right away. It's going to bring in new patients, new bookings in as little as just 30 minutes. So please, if you want that, I encourage you to do it. Click on the link around here, download your copy. So on behalf of myself and the Practice Acceleration team, I want to wish you a very happy Mother's Day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.